Welcome back to the Hitting the Turnbuckle podcast. We got a very special one actually, so we were quite privileged. Big shout out to Exodus Pro. First things first. Let's get my co-host all dressed in Halloween. You can't see.
I'm a
Uh,
pumpkin.
she's a pumpkin for those. Of course, it is NWA. It is the territories, which means there's only one thing. She's a pumpkin. She's got a new wrestling book for her notes. It is the one, the only Miss Fiona Lockwood. Good evening, Fee.
Good evening. I'm excited for this one tonight.
Me too. It's a Monday. I always say these things on a Monday. We never podcast on a Monday, but we do.
No, quite like a
Hey,
Monday. Monday's quite good.
yeah, it's a crap day because it's normally the start of a working week, but it's a nice way to like get in from work and be able to podcast. And we got a special one because we kept hyping up Hexodus, which was Exodus Pro's latest show. We all assumed that it was going to be on the NWA's YouTube channel. Now, it didn't appear to be the case. Not quite sure. That's why it didn't air. It just didn't. But thanks to the good friends at Exodus Pro Wrestling.
And we have many there.
Oh, we've got friends in high places at
We
Exodus.
do.
We do, and we have to say a big thank you to them. They have given us the raw footage from Z Show Hexodus that aired a couple of weekends ago. So, of course, we did indeed sit down and review or watch the show. We're about to review it now. We always say a couple of things. Number one, you will not be seeing any of the show on this channel. So, if you want highlights, wait for Exodus to put it out there. Secondly, we watched the show. It had no commentary and it hadn't been edited properly. So the sounds and the visuals, not say the visuals, but more the sounds weren't quite, production hadn't been done. So we had to have a look at a few things in terms of making sure we had the right people's names because there is an additional match that appears on Hexodus later that we didn't even know about. So you'll get it when we get to it, guys. So you'll understand. But nevertheless, before we get there, I have to shout out the I Love Wrestling podcast. Now, I was on there last night. I'd come back from a show, watched a really good show, and I come back and had a podcast. And we didn't even scratch, me and Justin, the host, we didn't even scratch the surface of the stuff that we wanted to talk about. But funnily enough, NWA and more notably Exodus Pro was mentioned, and he actually was at Watch the Throne, the show that we
No, that's cool.
He was at Watch the Throne, and we were just, we mentioned that we had, reviewed it and stuff, and we were talking about Hexodus and other things. But yeah, big shout out to Justin and the team at the I Love Wrestling podcast. But look, we're here for one reason only. Those men behind me, who's all men, isn't it? I didn't want to miss. Oh no, Marty Belle and
Ah,
that
you've
is
got Marty
behind.
there as well.
Yeah, Marty. The men and women of Exodus Pro Wrestling, of course. And it started with Lord Crewe. I still thought they were going to end up fighting. I know that he wasn't facing Vince at nothing, but after Watch the Throne, I just had this image of them just kicking the shit out of each other
Just
time.
still fighting and a
Yes,
month later.
still fighting like down the aisle way. But nevertheless, he had Zach Nystrom. I think that's how you pronounce it. Apologies if the pronunciation, I can't pronounce
I've
wrestlers.
got it as Zach Nystrom.
Thank you. Great. I'm glad we both agree on that one. This was very hard hitting though. This was a really good hard hitting match. I really enjoyed this one to
I
start
have to put my
the show.
glasses on for my notes tonight. I'm sorry.
Um, Nystrom looked really good. I think Cruz has something. My only thing is, I think, and then we said this to him on the podcast. I'm sure we did that. I just see him as a monster heel or an ass kicking heel. That's how I see him.
Yeah,
Um,
interesting. Let's come back to that at the end of the show.
okay, we will come back to it at the end of the show. But I loved it. I thought it was a really good way to kick off the show with these two
It
hard
was a
hitting
good,
guys.
it was a good match to kind of hype everyone up and stuff.
Yeah. And that's what your first match should be, shouldn't it? It should always be
Yeah.
the one that gets the crowd involved and gets the crowd, brings it up. The crowd sort of starts here, you bring them up, you take them down, you bring them back up again. This was a great way to start. And he did obviously end up picking up the victory. It went outside the ring, unsurprisingly, as a Lord Cruise match generally would do. It went in and outside the ring. Nice little spin kick. I don't know if it was a spin kick because we don't know the names of the finishers. Again, there was no
I
commentary.
just had a spinning front kick as
Spinning front.
opposed to a spinning heel kick, which is what I'm used to seeing.
Yeah, exactly that. It was a spin. Was it? We call it the spinning front kick. I'm sure there's a name for it, and apologies if we don't.
Someone will correct us.
Probably them. We know we've done it before with Smooth and that. He did get the victory, and then he did have an interview. Now the interviews, well, they were very hard listened to because obviously, again, we're watching it from a roaming cam, Hank. So we're kind of So, but basically, what he basically said was this match was a reminder to anybody on the roster that he's here for want
Yep,
of a better phrase,
force to be
and
reckoned with.
he is. He certainly is a force to be reckoned with, and I really want to see more of Lord Cruz. I love to see him
I
on.
like him.
Yeah, there is, as I said, there's something about him. He's got that it factor. It's just his look, the tattoos, the beard and everything else. And you will say we'll come back to the heel bit later. As how I see him. That's just how I envision him. We're going to always say this quite a few times about how they should be on NWA. I'm going to really make a case for a couple of names. Cruz actually isn't one of them, not because I don't want to see him on there but I just have other people that I'm going to put my case forward to on the
Okay,
show. Mainly because I think certain divisions need refreshing on the NWA. So
that's
that's.
fair. That's fair.
But from that to Brandon's business plan,
The strictly business plan.
the strictly business. I didn't quite see the things that are on there. And again,
It was
that's
exactly the same as the previous ones. So he'd already ticked off beat an international superstar, which
yes,
was LJ Cleary at the
yes,
last show.
yeah.
And tonight's or this show, it was to beat a rookie. And I will pop probably every time I see this because Brandon won't move his finger. And he's like, lift the board, lift the board. And rather than move down, he gets whoever's holding the whiteboard to just keep lifting the board up so that his finger can stay at the same spot. And it's just a really stupid thing, but I'm like, that's such a heel move. I love it.
And I tell you what though, and I know I said this last time with him. Brandon Barretta is
He looks like
he's
a star. To me, he looks like
he
a star.
he's like Exodus Pro's version of Slade
Yeah.
in a lot of ways. Technical, he is crisp. His moves are snug. There's just so much to like about this guy. But having said that, you wouldn't think that Jermaine Marbury's a rookie.
No, I wouldn't have classed him as that.
I certainly would. This was brilliant because this had a perfect match and a perfect blend of like you had that technical side with Brandon, the Christmas of Snug. You had that excitement, the speed, the just chaoticness, which is a great way to actually say the show was because it was chaos, the whole show.
Yeah.
Not in a bad way, but I
In
might
a
add.
good way.
In a
In the
good
way
way.
we like.
Yeah, exactly. The way that we like it. But yeah, he had Jermaine doing that. Jermaine has the tools there. He certainly has, and I think working under the EC3s, the J-Rocks, the Aarons,
He
going to mold him.
he definitely held his own. We know from watching him previously and chatting away to Brandon Barretta that he is the master of a waist lock.
Oh, he is.
And
He
we
is.
know that, and we've seen it. And I think at the very, very kick-off of the match, he'd slammed two or three in Jermaine in a row.
Yeah,
But Jermaine didn't look out of place against him.
absolutely not.
And
He
he
did.
actually was getting the better of Brandon Barretta on several occasions throughout the match.
He did. I said this was like a real breakout match for him because I felt like, as a rookie, a lot of these guys we've only seen once. Some of these guys we've never seen yet. This was our first
Yeah.
look at some of these. We saw Jermaine at Watch the Throne. He was very impressive in that match. I think we said in there that he didn't look like a rookie. He certainly didn't look out of place. And he's got something about him. Maybe I don't know about the gimmick. I think he's a basketball guy, is he? So he has like a
The
basketball that comes
defense,
out.
which is literally a fence with a D in it. I love it.
That's to be fair, that is good. Yeah, he's got a lot to like. This match was great.
I
This
enjoyed
was
this.
it's so hard to put matches in order because every match, what I would say is every match had a really portion of it that I really enjoyed watching. There's I think from my personally that the tag match was my favorite, but we'll get into that when we get there. But this was really up there in terms of a great match. And we said about he's the master of the waist lock. He was also the master of the fisherman's suplex,
He
Brando.
was.
Shades of Kurt Hennig here. He didn't just do one, he done two in
Yeah.
succession. And that at the end made him to get the tick. That was the next
Another
tick.
one off the list. I wonder what's next.
Well, Journey Free is the next one in December, I believe. I think that's the Christmas week one for us. I
Hmm.
think it's close around that time. So we may see him tick another one off the list because he's going to
I'm
have
sure
to
he
win.
will.
He's going to have to be champion. It's going to have to be on the list at some point, right? Or beat a champion, maybe. I don't know whether that's
Watch
on
this space.
on Brandon's list. But watch this space. And again, someone else that wouldn't look at, I mean, I know he's been on Power before, but someone that again wouldn't look out of place regularly on
Yeah.
Power. Quite a lot of the Exodus Pro, more of the Holy Grail more than any of them.
I'd love to see him go up against someone like Mondo.
Or Slade. Oh, well, Slade may be too much of a too much of a
Yeah.
simple style. Mondo would be good. I would
Or
like to.
Kerry.
Kerry would be interesting because or even Misery. Someone
Hmm.
around that. Or if you really want a hard hitting one, shove him in there with the Frillbilly and see how he does with the Frillbilly's power and strength. And although a lot of those would be, one of them would have to be a face, and it's difficult. I know that it's supposed
Yeah.
to sweat what territory you're in at the time of the taping, right? Whether you're a face
This
or a
is
heel.
true. This is true.
But a victory for Brandon Barretta, nevertheless, another name, another tick of the strictly business plan. Now, here's where we get to the match that we didn't know that was on the card. It wasn't ever on any of the posters because I've got all of the match posters on my phone. Um, Mike the Agent, which was I thought was a great name for a tax guy or whatever it was, comes out. Now, what we did know was that LJ Cleary unfortunately had suffered an injury. That was common knowledge prior to
Yep.
Hexodus going out, and that injury unfortunately is going to keep him out until the back end, well, till the at least 2026. So the back end of this year is
Get
gone.
well soon, LG.
So definitely get well soon. But what that did do was open up a spot on Team EC3 for the main event. And what way did they decide to get this? None other than a costume battle royale.
I love this.
This,
This is this is all the silliness and fun, and this is exactly what I wanted to see in this type of match.
oh, exactly. And this is the type of fun that you'd get at independent shows. You this time of year, you get
Yeah.
things like what's guaranteed on wrestling independent shows, casket matches, costumes. Around this time of the year, you'll get all of this. They done a costume battle royal. Now, I do have all the names of the people in
I
this.
have as well, and the order that they got eliminated in as well.
I did write that down, but we've got Cowpoke Paul was in there. Alex Daniels, Austin Blaze, Colt Frost, Connor Knox, Gunnar Kane, Handsome Harley, of course, Hunter, our good friend Hunter was back in there. Johnny Mahilo, I think that's his name.
Johnny
Mike,
Mahalo, yeah.
Mike
Riley
the Agent.
Reinhart,
Yep,
Sonny Souza.
yep. Sonny Souza was in there as well. There was loads. There was, it
We
was like,
probably missed one or two, but
when's it going to end? It was like there's so many names coming out of that, and they all. I felt sorry for the guy wearing the scream mask, because it really looked like he had difficulty seeing like what he was doing in there, which I thought was quite funny. But at the same time, it was like, oh shit, he could
was
have an.
that not who was that? Was that not Harley? I think that was Harley Harris.
No, Harley was he was normal. He didn't really dress up. He was just like in a
Oh, who
suit.
was it then?
It wasn't
Okay.
he wasn't handsome Harley. He was
Handsome Harley, I've written down Brian Idol wannabe.
yeah. Uh,
Right, okay, anyway, moving on.
Yeah, Harley, that was nothing to do with me. That is, I don't like to throw my co-host under the bus regularly, but
No, you do.
oh, I know. I make
You
a,
do. You
I
do.
make a habit out of it. But yeah, yeah. Harley was. You said Brian Idol was an interesting one. I can't remember who was in the Scream Mask, but I did like. I'm pretty sure it was Austin Blaze. I think. I
Dressed
think
as Harley Quinn.
yes. Yeah, I like that. I liked actually, funny enough, this is how bad I was at hearing on this. Her name was Austin Blaze, and I had Hudson Wave,
Yeah, I had to look at a
which
few of them. I made a few boo-boos as well, but it's like you said,
yeah,
we were listening to the audio as though we were in the venue, so there was a little bit of So apologies if we've messed up a little bit, but we did our best.
We did try. Bearing in mind, I was watching this at 7 a.m. this morning, so uh, I'm not quite. I was drinking my caffeine at the same time, so I was trying to. There was a guy, I think it was Riley. He was a spaceman.
Ah, like with the full helmet and everything. But when the helmet came off, they had the face paint on. I need to give props to Johnny Mahalo though, right?
Hmm.
Not the most unique of Halloween costumes coming out in
No.
the Hawaiian shirt and everything. But the surf spot that he did
Oh,
on
that was
Cowpoke
brilliant.
Paul was glorious. Like I popped for that. That was so funny.
That was
Cowpoke
really,
Paul was
really
like
good.
face first. Oh no, I think he was on his back actually on the
Yeah,
mat.
he was.
And Johnny Mahalo just jumped up and he was just like
And also, Cowpoke Paul, you didn't even dress up, Sunshine.
Oh, but his Woody costume was cute.
He loves the dozy do though, doesn't he?
He
He
does
really
love a
loves
dozy
the dozy
do,
do.
yeah.
Yeah, he didn't. He just dressed up as what he normally wears during the ring, where it's a little bit of a cop out, but he can get away with it because he's a cowboy. That was it. But Fee, as you've got the list of eliminations there, can you please do the honors?
Right. Okay. So, again, forgive me if I have written the names down wrong. So, first elimination was Mike the Agent.
Oh, he come in and come straight back out.
Shortly followed by Hunter,
Hmm.
then Austin Blaze, and then who was our Grim Reaper in our Scream Mask?
I don't know. I just called him Scream Musk.
So then that person, then Gunnar Kane,
Yep.
and then Riley Reinhart,
Hmm.
then Sonny Souza, then
Yep.
Johnny Mahalo,
Yep.
then Alex Daniels.
You got all three of them out in the end, didn't he? The winner?
Yep, he did. And then Handsome Harley.
Yes.
And that left Cowpoke Paul and Connor Knox left.
And it was the Dozy Do Cowboy, Cowpoke Paul, that eventually got the elimination and goes towards the main event.
And I'm really impressed that Cowpoke won because at one point there was 3-on-1 on him. They
He
all
was.
so there was four left and the three of them turned on him.
Mm.
But he picked up the win and went on to claim that spot on Team EC3, which is awesome. So double duty for Cowpoke Paul. Well done.
Yeah, poor bastard though, really, if you think about it, because he'd done all of that. He was in there for ages and then has to compete in a main event a bit
Yeah.
later on in the evening. So he doesn't get long to recover. Bless him. But a great job from Mr. Yeehaw himself,
Yeah.
Calvin.
Honestly, that was so silly and so fun
I
and just
love that
complete
though.
and utter chaos.
Because you need that sometimes, right? When you've got like,
Yeah.
we're going to get into some other matches that I don't like to use the word serious, but there had some serious storylines behind some of these matches. And to have that little bit of fun just to like, kind of get you in a, I won't say jovial stuff, but get you in that sort of mood where you've just come off a really good sort of hard hitting match. And this just it doesn't bring you down, but it just I would say mellows you a little
Yeah.
bit, just so
And
you
I
can.
love we never actually mentioned at the start when Mike the Agent was out. We also had the Hex out as Velma and Daphne from
Yes.
Scooby-Doo,
Did
which
we
was
did
fun.
that was fun. That
They
was
looked
props.
brilliant. Absolutely brilliant, the two of them.
They really did. But as we said, it gets serious and tag team titles match. Now, I said that I was going to stake my claim here for people to be on the main roster. I'm going to stake my claim for both of these teams. We had the main event. Good friend Ganon Jones as well, and Mr. Duke was part of that against MBealeJ. Obviously,
Man
Manbun.
Bun, not Man
Man
Bill.
no, but his name's the name is MBealeJ.
Man Bun Jesus.
Yeah, his name's Man Bun Genius, but the team is MBealeJ
Okay. Oh, MBealeJ,
because his
because
name's
obviously
Bill, right?
Sam
So
Beale.
Man Bill
Right,
Genius.
okay.
So I'm right here. Give me
All right.
some stick. Don't cut me some slack. Not give me some stick. Cut me some slack. Um, I'm gonna plead my case first before we get into the match. But NWA's tag team division, and it was one that I think I even said this about a year ago with the women's division. I said it was getting a bit stale. We needed some fresh faces, and they brought in TVMA, and there's still an argument to say that there's some fresh faces needed in that division. The male division in the NWA is desperately, tag division in the NWA is
Needing
desperate.
some new blood.
We need it because we're recycling the same stuff. It's the Immortals, it's Knox and Murdoch. If it's not that, it's the Southern Six in there. The Country Gentlemen, the Southern Six feuded forever. Knox and Murdoch, BFT feuded forever, and even Kratos and the Immortals were involved. And it seems to be a revolving door of the same team. Sometimes we see the Rewind Society have been involved. Sometimes the
Hmm.
Stew Crew have been involved. We obviously had
Slime
the
balls.
clones. Slime balls as well. They're in our mainstay. The clones were in there for a bit. I'm not sure what the deal is with them going
And then
forward,
you've
but
obviously got the Exodus boys. You've got EC3 and Pretty Boy Smooth
the
and
Holy
Season
Brow
2.
and more recently Slade and Mondo have teamed up a little bit. But in terms of actual teams, I feel like it needs we need to hit the reset button here. And now it brings me to the match because TME, the main event, MBealeJ, not MBealeJ delivered what I would say is, in terms of NWA style, picture perfect tag team
I
wrestling
loved this.
from
Really,
both
really
of it.
enjoyed it.
I love, I mean, we both love tag team wrestling, right? It was one of the things that we both said that we missed a lot about tag team wrestling. Nowadays it's more trios, and
Yeah.
unless you watch the NWA, where actually they do still take their tag team wrestling really seriously. And this was just great. I mean, it's the first time I'd seen Duke, Ganon's partner. Obviously, we saw MBealeJ last show. We'd seen Ganon at the last show. He
Yeah.
took on PBS, Pretty Boy Smooth, at the last show. But this was just unbelievably great. I loved it. The crowd were into it, which sometimes I feel tag team matches I can go two ways, I think, with some crowds.
So yeah, sometimes the crowds just don't quite get it or they don't
Yeah.
know who to back.
Mm. But this time they were all over. I mean, they wanted MBealeJ to win. I, to be honest, wanted MBealeJ to win this
Oh,
match. I thought
you're
they were
brave man.
going to. Yeah, I know. We're going to get a bit of abuse in the messages, but I thought and I actually thought at this match there were occasions during this match that I thought they were going to win
It was
this.
close. There's a couple of like couple of two counts, particularly on Duke.
Yeah, that was. I mean, I'm going to use the word deep covers quite a bit in the next match that we're going to get into because there was quite a lot of deep covers in the next match that we're going to talk about. But this was great. But the ending was on. It was one of those things where, as always with high flyers, you sometimes go to the well one too many times, and
Yeah,
that's exactly what happened.
backfires.
And again, that takes you back to what makes the NWA different from everybody else. They take the stuff that we saw back in the days when we were growing up. And how many times when we were growing up did Shawn Michaels, when he was getting his start in the WWE, did he make that mistake of going to the top one too many times against a big guy to be, not say decimated, but to get caught out and lose
Yep.
the match? Lots. The Rockers against the Demolition was a prime example of that. This was the prime example of the Demolition versus the Rockers from the 80s and then because it had that. And I really loved it. They went to the top. I think it was Sam Beale went to the top. He got caught in the finish, and the main event retained the championships. And I was blown away by that. I loved that match. I thought that was
Yeah, it was
absolutely
fun.
tremendous. Where do you sit on this tag team with the NWA? Do you think that it needs some new blood in there?
I think new blood, regular new blood,
Yeah.
not just new
Yeah.
blood that comes in for a set of tapings that we don't see again, because you know I've got a gripe about that. But I
Yes.
think regular, so new contracts, so contracted talent, contracted
Yes.
tag teams, yeah. I, I mean, I'm sure there's probably others out there in the territories that would do just as good a job, but these two would definitely be in for a good shout.
I mean, we always say the word Crockett Cup right as well next year, and I don't even think NWA need to look outside of the bubble, so to speak,
Yeah,
of main show and territory. I think they've got enough teams around to be able to put together a Crockett Cup without going outside of the
yeah,
company. So more tag teams, more of those guys on Power as well. I'd love to see them on Power. I really would. I'd love to see. I tell you what, I'd love to see the main event against like the Immortals or something like that, and have MBealeJ against the Southern Six.
Oh, that would
AT,
be fun. Will
AT
they
and
bring the
Kerry.
panda with them?
I don't know. That can battle Billy, couldn't they? They could have one could draw that short straw and have the frill, or even against the country gentleman, because
Yeah,
and then he could battle Joe for the book. The
that would
pan.
be funny.
Speaking of the country gentleman, actually, while we're on AJ Kazana, who the hell said it was open mic night, bitch, the other week on Instagram, my friend? I was doing these predictions,
What have
right?
I missed?
I was doing these predictions for Samhain
Hmm.
on the because I do all the predictions for all the shows that come, like the pay-per-views and whatnot. And I predicted the Page sisters to beat the Country Gentlemen in the Territory War. That was my pick.
I must have missed that. Ah.
And Mister must have had some shit in his cornflakes that morning.
Sprouted by your mouth, probably.
But he wasn't a happy bunny, to say the least. And yeah,
Oh,
that
now I'm gonna have to go and look at this when we finish.
you
I hope
find if you
that's
find the
funny.
picture, because if you go on the story, but you'll see a picture of the Country Gentleman and the Page sisters, and you'll see my prediction, and you'll read the
Okay.
comments. And then you see AJ, I was going to say AJ Styles, he wishes, AJ Kazana. It's
Little
like thinking,
bubblegum.
a little thinking it was open mic night, but it wasn't. But anyway, I said the Page Sisters win because they do it by the book, unlike the Country Gentlemen do it by the book.
Touche.
Anyway, we're not here to talk about those. We're not talking about JCP because they don't air, they do air their show on YouTube. It's actually weekly. Actually, if you go to Joe Kazana
Yeah,
Promotions,
just
they
just
do.
just to clear that up there.
They do indeed, but not their special shows. If they do, I don't know if they do the sort of shows of this. But anyway,
Anyway,
and
moving on.
moving on. It was before this was before the interval. Now, as we all know, in independent shows, you get a first half main, second half main. It's how it's always been on the interval. The first half main event was for the end. I'm going to get this right because EC3 pulled me last time. The NWA Midwest Championship.
Well done.
Thank you. Dante Casanova, the champion, against J-Rocc, who we all know in the last game kind of forced EC3's hand a little bit to give him the opportunity. EC3 was out there for the match, as he was last time. Did Dante Casanova beat him for the championship? Is that
I
where
think he
this is?
did, yeah. I just like to put my pop in for the guy who yells out randomly as
Oh,
EC3
take your
comes out,
shirt off,
I
wouldn't
love you, take your shirt off. I was
it?
like, get in there.
I think he.
I that I was like, well in, son. I love seeing EC3 at Exodus Pro. You get to see so much more of his personality at these shows.
Yeah, you do. It's a
You
different.
get you get to see a different side of him, a little bit more playful side of him than you do when
It's
he's
not
wrestling on power.
the serious. I'm going to get in your head of
Yeah.
EC3 like he would
So I
normally.
love when he comes out and does his promos or whatever, but he had a perfect position to watch this match.
He did. He absolutely did. And this was my first time seeing J-Rocc. I know he's been around the business and we had him on the show and he was
Yep.
telling us all about the business and stuff. First time seeing him. Dante Casanova is another one I'm putting forward that I would love to
I
see.
love his look.
He's got
Love
it.
his look. It's so unique.
And you know what? And that is the.
He reminds me of Tatanka a little bit.
Ooh,
Just because I think, not in terms of his wrestling, but just the fact Tatanka was so unique in his look
yeah,
with his native
American stuff.
American kind of look and Dante
Mm.
Casanova's kind of Inca
Yeah,
look. Just, I don't know, there's something about it that I really like.
that's what I've put on here.
And
And I
I
said,
love this belt. This belt's beautiful.
oh, the NWA Midwest Championship.
It's an absolutely stunning belt.
If they ever sell replicas of that, I think I may have to dive into
Yeah,
my
it's a beautiful,
pennies.
beautiful looking belt.
Um, but you mentioned that, and I think you sum up the NWA perfectly in that word unique because it really is. It's unique characters, unique style of what they do. Dante Casanova fits the NWA like an absolute glove, and that's one of the reasons why I thought the look, everything that he does. He is just again, he's really smooth in the ring as well. But J-Rocc, my God, did this man? I mean, he was giving it the go in this, wasn't he? He really,
Because he had nothing to lose
he
and
didn't.
everything to gain.
He certainly did, and he said, I've just got to be better than you on one day, and he was absolutely right when he said that. And I
Yep.
said the word deep covers in this. He had a deep cover on Dante at one point. I mean, it was a 2.9, and he was. I mean, he near enough hooked the leg over his damn head when he was at one point during this. This was such a great match, and he couldn't. The one move that he was going for that he couldn't hit was the power driver,
Yeah.
and
But
ultimately,
kudos for that suplex off the top rope.
yeah, that was poetry in motion. That was
I was
that.
like, he's not, and he did. And I was like, holy shit balls. Like, that was impressive.
No, that really was impressive on that, and again, you have to give him props for that. We mentioned he couldn't hit the power driver. Dante Casanova did indeed hit the finish. Apologies again, we don't know what it is because there was no commentary, so we couldn't. He did, but this is where the show then takes a turn. Because I was like, well, this is weird having a championship. I get it. Like I said, first half main, second half main. I thought the Carson Cup was going to be positioned here, and it wouldn't have been fair on Cowpoke Bull, to be fair, if it was. But EC3 was basically paying his respect to Dante Casanova, as you would do. But then all of a sudden, from out of nowhere, comes Team Carson. Slimeballs, Backlund, not Bob, but Hayden. Um,
Related?
no, I don't know. I'd have to have a look. That's a good question. Anthony Green, the alternate Anthony Green, by the way, more on him in a little while. They attack him. They attack Dante as well. Dante was getting beaten up on the outside. They attacked EC3. They put his ankle in a chair, shut the chair on it.
That looked sore.
Well, he had to take his shoe off, and they had the
That
EM.
looked painful.
But ultimately, from that attack, it eliminated EC3 from Z main event, which we'll talk about in a minute, and it become a handicap match or a handicap Survivor Series elimination match, for want of a better phrase. But no, really, really good main event. Loved that. Was awesome. And Dante Casanova is someone that we need to be seeing in the NWA in 20.
Yeah, I'd love to see more of them.
Definitely. Interval at that one, for those of you that was there. Our interval lasted all of 15 seconds by the time we fast forwarded it to the next match. Which was, of course, the Cesar match. So,
Caesar's revenge. No disqualifications, no count out, no nothing.
no, nothing. And of course, Talboy, who had won the Caesar at the last show. Oh, no, he'd won it the show before that. Sorry, he was
Hmm.
on the last show against Cristiano Argento, the Italian excellence, who we actually saw on Power not too long
We
ago.
did, we did.
Really good match on Power. Um, it looked like they had a spanking paddle during.
What was that?
I,
Was it like a
I
baton or something? Like,
I called it a spanking paddle. That's probably not.
no, that's not a spanker trap paddle. Don't
Said
ask me
some.
how I know.
It's just about to say says someone with experience. But no, they had a lot of weapons in this. This was actually more violent than what I thought it was going to be. I didn't know what to
Yeah.
expect from it, but obviously Argento's got that mean side to him. There's no.
Yeah, but then Towel Boy just seems dead nice and sweet, and obviously we interviewed him, and then he just comes out with some stuff, and I'm like, oh, okay, you are violent.
Yeah, he did turn. It was just crazy. I mean, the match itself, it was great. I didn't know what to expect from it. Some of the matches, I had an expectation, and they absolutely delivered on it. I didn't have an expectation of this, but it was
Yeah,
just so well put together. These two work really well together as
they
well. You have
did. They
the
really
chemistry
did.
to do. Really, the crowd loved Talboy, by the way. They were well into Talboy. Did get kicked. One of them, I think, it was Argento got kicked in the balls, or one of them got kicked in. Oh, with the
With the
ball,
ball.
with the
Yeah, with the
ball.
ball and chain.
Argento in
Yeah.
the corner. He was in the shattered dreams position, and well, he certainly got something shattered by the ball of Talboy. Again, really good contest. Loved it. Argento's an interesting one. I know I called him a funny looking fucker first time we saw him. He I don't know about him. I can see him and I know he was on Power recently. I know that. But I don't know, he's just got something about he look, I mean, Jesus, he's like chiseled out of damn stone, for Christ's sake. I mean, he looked
Yeah.
got that. In the ring, I kind of surprised me in the ring. I wasn't sure. I thought it was going to be more of a technical, bit like a Brandon, but he wasn't. He was more of a, obviously there was a violent side to him, but he was more like a bit more of a ground. He wanted it,
Hmm.
but I just he had that violent streak on it. But he wasn't what I expected in the ring in a good way though, because
Yeah.
and he totally delivered. And the DDT, jeez. I mean, I know Talboy. I didn't know if he owed him rent at the same time as took his Cesar away, but my God, did he plant him with a DDT on
That
this?
was quite a spectacular one.
It really was, and that ultimately won the Cesar back to Cristiano Argento, which is now the Cesar once again in Exodus Pro. Will he be at Journey Free though? What will happen at Journey Free? What's going to be the next? Well,
We don't know yet. We don't know.
keep an eye out on Exodus Pro's socials for that because we're going to be looking forward to seeing it. Hopefully that'll be on the NWA YouTube channel, and but we're looking forward to seeing what matches they're going to come throw at us at the last one of the year, which is obviously going to have a Christmas tree involved, isn't it?
I hope so.
Someone's going to
Very
dress up as
much.
Santa.
Grinch.
Grinch. Yeah, I know who Grinch is, but I'm just thinking who's going to dress up as Grinch.
I don't know.
Uh,
Somebody.
I'm just trying to look at it. Brandon Barretta.
And I can't see him agreeing to do that.
Actually, not even can I. Anyway, we'll find out at Journey 3. But final two matches on the card. The the NWA Midwest Women's Championship was on the line. Newly crowned champion Marti Belle from the last show defeated
It's a
Tiffany.
Marty party.
It is. Was she with her Hex teammate?
Allison was out with her, absolutely.
It was. I thought it was, because obviously, again, I'd never seen the Hex before. I've seen the poster, obviously, of
Yeah.
Sam when they're
Oh,
together, but
Allison was with her. Allison Key was there by her side.
she was indeed. I mean, of all people to wrestle first,
Big
Big
Mama.
yes, that's a no. Do you
Good
know
to
who
see her
I?
again, actually.
Yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it? Because she lost the championship, didn't she?
Yeah.
With Kenzie, they lost the tag to TVMA. But do you know who Marty Bell kind of reminds me of in a way? Willow Nightingale from AEW, a little bit.
I'm not even going to pretend I know who you're talking about.
Googler. Not
Okay.
Marty Bell, of course. Cool. Willow Nightingale. I tell you what, though, this was another bloody hard-hitting battle. This wasn't it?
It was
Jeez.
always going to be with Mama
Yeah.
in
I mean,
the equation, but Marty Belle is not shy and she hits hard.
oh,
The reason she's got that belt.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, these two left it all in and out of the ring because again, it spilled outside. There was times where Big Mama was showing her strength when she caught Marty coming off the top of the apron and stuff like that, and then she's throwing her into the ring post and whatnot. And yeah, I loved again. This is a great battle, and why the NWA Women's Division is one of the best divisions in wrestling,
Solid.
right?
Absolutely solid.
With these two, I'm really looking forward to seeing the Hex now at Samhain
Good.
when
You'll
we
not be
see it.
disappointed.
Against TVMA, of course. So Marty Bell's nemesis, Tiffany Nieves, will be there. This Tiffany will have the championship again at that point. Will she have it after Samhain? Of course, we don't know because
Yeah.
we haven't seen it yet. That was recorded this past weekend, which will be airing in around December time for us, I think, unfortunately. This was a great contest. I tell you what, I did like the finish. Big Marty Bell hits like an inverted pedigree of sorts.
Yeah, a little bit of help from Alison at this point, or just before that. Little tiny bit. Not that she needed it, but
Didn't
it
need it.
definitely helped soften Mama up for her.
Oh yeah, definitely did, and the pedigree or sort I don't know if you call it pedigree or what you want, but it got the job done. Put it that way. And Marty
Yep.
Bell retains. Now Tiffany Nieves is back at Journey 3, so
A rematch, potentially? I
when
don't
he's
know.
coming after Samhain as well, so or would be airing at the same time, round about.
Interesting.
So we'll see what happens. But it was time for the main event of Hexodus, and it was the Carson. This is typical Drake, though, the Carson Drake, though, isn't it? Having a damn fucking cut
Did
of
you
his
expect
face.
anything less?
No, the most punchable face in wrestling gets a cut.
Yes, I have that written down. Yes.
He is.
And it was basically a handicap match.
It was a handicap match. It was 5-on-4.
So
It was a handicap match.
What I will say about this, though, props to Team Carson for pulling their team gear together.
They did do a good job of that.
Minus Hayden Backlund, who obviously quite clearly couldn't be arsed.
Yeah, he really didn't. He really was probably wanted to get out of there pretty quickly, didn't he? But I tell you what, though, we like to talk about size of wrestlers on this. Fucking Calvin Tankman. He's a boulder, isn't he?
He's a big
Jesus.
lad. You've got my man Mountain Smooth, who's about 10 foot tall, and
This
then
guy's like 10 foot wide.
well,
It was like, geez, I saw this guy come out and I was like, oh, what is this? I mean, yeah, I
I'm
tell
not
you,
gonna lie, he was one of the ones when I'd messaged you earlier and went, "Have you got the names?" Because I was like, "Who is this guy?" So I wasn't sure who he was. So apologies, Calvin. I'm sure I'll see more of you and get to know you, but I wasn't sure who you were. So I
I
will hold my
want
hand up to that one.
I want to see more of this guy because he was impressive as hell in this. He
And there's yeah, sorry, you.
No, I mean, he was like, I mean, at one point, I think he dropped both the slime balls together at the same time in a move. I think he hit, I mean, it was, my God, he
But
was impressive.
this whole match, so just to recap, so Team Carson was Carson Drake, Tommy and Sage, the Slime Balls, Anthony Greene and Hayden Backlund.
Yep.
And then Team EC3 was without EC3, so it was Pretty
Yep.
Boy Smooth, Pastor CeeLo, Cowboat Paul, and Calvin Tankman.
Yeah.
This started in complete and utter carnage and mayhem before the bell had even rung. And at one point, CeeLo was flying off the stage and everybody before things kind of settled down into the elimination match that it should
Well,
be.
he did get thrown back through the curtain as
He
well.
did, he did, he did.
Do you know
But
what though? Out of all, he is the MVP of this match.
oh, 100%.
I could give it to Tankman,
100%. He
but
took an absolute doing in this match.
he did poor CeeLo. We'll run through as much. I mean, I think you've already all
I've
got it.
got the eliminations and
Yeah.
stuff. So
So
Cowpot Pop was straight out. He was the first one.
yeah, which isn't a surprise because he'd
He was
wrestled earlier.
probably knackered.
Slime Balls got rid of him, if I'm right on this. Did you see CeeLo's prayerful or whatever he done? I loved
Like,
that.
that's so funny.
That was tremendous. He's gonna kill me, but what was Pretty Boy Smooth's finisher called? Gonna kill you now.
There's a shiny thing over there.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Yeah,
We
he knocked
suck.
he knocked one
Smooth,
of
I'm sorry. I love you, pal.
he knocked them out anyway. But so Backlund, answer, as you said, was probably the most uninterested person there in this one, and he he ended up getting sent to La La Land by Pretty Boy Smooth. I'm going
He
to read
did.
the message. I'm going to see if I can find it
And
in.
then, though, and I fought for this because obviously Sage is like standing in the ring going,
Yeah, no.
and then he totem pole with Tommy to make himself bigger, which is hilarious. So Sage goes up on Tommy's shoulders, but then Leather Smooth across the face just pure slaps him a beauty. And because he's coming down from a height, I was like, holy shit, that's not okay.
The Hoss Cross. Whew.
He
Thank God
got
for
there in the
WhatsApp.
end.
Thank
I
God
was
for
just leaving you,
WhatsApp.
I was just leaving you sweating there.
Yeah, the Hoss Cross. Yeah, the slime balls were then on each other's shoulders, trying to get the same height as this big old boy, the man mountain, as you call him. But he ended up getting DQ because they tried to use the chair. Anthony Green tried to use the chair on it.
Exactly. I'm like, why is Smooth getting DQ'd? It was Anthony that brought it in, but obviously Smooth used it on Tommy, so
And then come about the 15 minutes of Pastor CeeLo getting his ass handed to him for quite a
it was
while.
4-on-2 at that point as
It
well. Because
was.
obviously with PB getting eliminated, it was just Tankman and CeeLo that were left.
But Tankman then does the leg drop tiger driver. He had one of the slime balls on the floor. He hit the leg drop, hit the tiger driver on the other one. Bush. Out they
Glorious. Absolutely
They
glorious.
went back to Slime Ball City. Um, but then, Anthony Greene, the alternate. This is a guy. The junior heavyweight division needs Anthony or Anthony Greene in it. The alternate Anthony Greene needs to be in the junior heavyweight division in the NWA. He pins Tankman, and then poor CeeLo at this point is all alone. But he rolls up Greene, and it's just him and Mr. Drake one on
Yeah.
one. And at this point, Carson Drake just decides I'm going to knock the referee out, and I'm going to bring in
Yeah,
the.
but I think, was it not more CeeLo that accidentally took the referee
Yeah, I think Carson had something to do with that. Not Mr. Drake.
out?
But he decided at that point to get the Carson Cup. But what he didn't
What
plan.
a hideous trophy.
Oh,
I
that
would
look.
be defacing that if I won that.
Well, yeah. I mean, it looks like it's been defaced anyway, to be honest. But anyway,
Better looking
nevertheless.
than Carson.
Ooh. Oh, fucking hell. Right. Oh. Wow. Anyway, he goes to use it. But what he fails to see is Dante Casanova's back in this. He took out Greene. CeeLo then finally hits him, low blows him as well, cracks him with the Carson Cup, and
Referee doesn't see it. Oh, that's a shame.
he doesn't see it at all and wins the trophy for Team EC3. And that is what we've been seeing all over social media for the last week or so. That Carson Cup has been everywhere.
And
Uh,
rightly so, we should be celebrating it.
I
And that brings me back to my point at the start about Merciless Lord Crewe and you saying it was a heel.
Mhm,
He was one of the first out in that ring.
mhm. To congratulate
Yeah.
everybody. Congratulate them. There was putting CeeLo on the shoulders of everyone's. Well, yeah, pretty much the whole locker room emptied, all of the faces anyway, and they celebrated in the ring. I do have a concern though that I think Carson Drake may be the man to dethrone Dante Casanova for the Midwest.
Ooh, interesting. Okay.
Didn't Carson have a shot? No, he didn't have a shot, did he? Did he? Watch the Throne? Did he? He didn't face him at Watch the Throne, did he? Or did he? No. Anyway, I can't
Mm.
remember. It was too long ago. I've been asleep since then. But what a show! I mean, this was great. This was carnage from the opening to the end, and I
There was
love.
so much action in this, and it seemed like a lot. Like when I got the file, I was like, "Holy shit, that's long!" And then obviously you take out the interval and stuff.
Yeah,
But it
yeah,
was like a what, 8 match card? Yeah,
yeah.
it was an 8 match card. One Rumble, one Battle Royal, one team thing. So all in all, for 8 matches, it actually wasn't as long as it could have been.
No, and you had like 10, 15 minutes at the start before the show actually started.
Yeah.
That little bit there as well. You had the interval as well. Yeah, it
If
was a.
I'd been in attendance at this, I would have left happy.
Oh, we are 100%. You have had your money's worth, even at the
Yeah,
end of the at the end of
without
it.
a doubt.
There's no doubt about it. But
And the crowd were hot the whole way through it.
oh, they loved the crowd. I will say that the crowd absolutely loved it. They were in
The
from.
crowd were hot from start to finish, and that always helps.
Yeah, they really were, and that's the really good thing about it. And they they seem to love it there at the Tree Lawn, right? That's where it is.
Yep.
Which great venue. I do like the venue. It just reminds me a little bit of Ignite, funnily enough. Uh,
Yeah.
in
It's like
terms of
some of the venues we run with some companies over here as well.
exactly that, and we'll get into that. Actually, got a big weekend coming up, but we'll save that for the end. Well, actually, not even saving it for the NWA because on Wednesday, well, it'd be Wednesday when we record. Oh. We managed to get the other half. We'll be managing to speak to the other half of the Crockett Cup winners. Kratos will be
I'm
joining.
excited for this one.
I can't wait for that one. But as we wrap up with this episode, Journey 3, December the 6th at the Tree Lawn. Back at the Tree Lawn again. La Princesa, she does return and she is going to be facing Marti Belle, according to this, in a
Oh, a little rematch. Nice.
for the return to Exodus Pro of Aaron Stevens. He's going to be
He's
back.
rocking up at Texoma Pro soon.
Is he really as well? He's right. He's
Hmm.
going there.
So's Ken
Obviously,
Shamrock.
Ken Shamrock. Oh my God, Jesus. The usual crew will be at this one as well. Announced so far, EC3. EC3 did post a picture at the hospital though, so hopefully all is okay. Um, the Urban Playboy, of course, the man mountain himself, pretty well smooth. The Carson Cup winner, passed to CeeLo. He actually won the cup, so past the winner gets the cup.
Well, that's
Cup,
it, because originally I thought it was a whole team thing, but
yes,
it's an individual victory, so fair play
it
to him.
is. And the aforementioned Carson Drake will be there, much to everybody's
Get in
super
the bin.
get in the bin. Anthony Greene will be back, which I'm glad to see. Lord Cruz, strictly business. We'll try and tick another one off the whiteboard. The slime balls, the new slash old Cesar will be there. Ganon Jones Jr. will be there, but nothing about Duke on this one.
Okay.
Maybe he's going it alone again. And MBJ, Man Bill Jesus will be back on number the 12th, 6th way, the 6th of December. I keep reading it the wrong way because America they do it.
Yeah, you write your dates weird over there.
Yeah, you do, guys. But look, great show, really great show, really
Lot
enjoyed.
of fun. And huge thanks to the team for letting us see it.
Yeah, amazing. And we
Really
really
appreciate it.
massive props to you guys. You didn't have to do that. We're not going to share any of the footage. Don't worry. You can put that out there whenever you see fit. But Fee will be back definitely on Wednesday with
We
Kratos.
will.
And hopefully we're back at Wednesday or Thursday for the first part of NWA 77 as it airs on the first part airs on Roku this coming or tomorrow. And to me, first thing tomorrow morning when I get into work, that's going to be my hour that I get free before hell breaks loose. Uh,
I've heard good things about Samhain at the weekend. No spoilers. I won't say anything, but by all accounts, people that were in attendance had a great time at Center Stage in Atlanta. So that's good to hear.
I would say I'm surprised, but not with the people they had there. I mean, that's just ridiculous. Some of the
Yeah,
people they had it on Samhain. So, not surprised. Looking forward to that. Looking forward to watching NWA 77 and Feet. Looking forward to having you back on Wednesday with Kratos.
I will be here.
But until then, everybody, buckle down, stay safe, and goodbye.